you go on a daily basis, and we're always going through situations and learning how to deflect them and get them into a positive energy and bring up your vibrations. But happiness overall is just being able to wake up every day and feel, one, that you're around people that truly want to be around you, that truly love you. I think that's the most important thing, is surrounding yourself with the right people, and understanding how important family is, how to live with no regrets. But happiness overall is just waking up every single day and one with career, doing what you love, having a passion for what you love, and just being able to enjoy life to the fullest. And when you're able to do that on a regular basis, you're in a happy place. And I think that's something I've kind of mastered, where I'm able to still live this incredibly busy life with, as an entrepreneur, and having all these different corporations and podcasts and books, but I'm able to still lock in my non-negotiables into my schedule every day. That is my happy time for myself, time to fill my own cup up, time to spend time with my kids, time to spend time with my family. So as long as you are able to manage that properly and wake up every day with a smile on your face, I mean, you're in a good place, because life throws so many curveballs on a regular basis, and you got to be able to deflect them, at the same time to be able to learn from them and put them behind you and keep moving forward always. So that is, in a little nutshell, that is my happy place.
I love that so much. I think that's a really great point that you make, especially as here's the thing. I always find it funny with entrepreneurship, because I feel like people go into entrepreneurship with the idea of like, I'm going to do this thing that I love, and I'm going to work less hours, and I'm going to, so on, so on, so on. And it's not always the case. I actually, like, personally, I find myself working more hours now than I
Yeah.
did when I was in corporate, right? Because you're working on something that you're passionate about. You're working on something that doesn't feel like work. So, with that in mind, it can be very easy for people to sort of get really absorbed into what they're doing. So we have a lot of entrepreneurs that listen to this podcast, and I would love to know, what are some of those things, like those ways that you find that balance? Like, how do you make sure everything gets done in your business, everything gets done in all of the different areas that you need, but then also have that time to fill your cup back up? Like, what does that look like for you?
There's so many different layers of that, right? I mean, the first is, I call it, and I just touched on it earlier, is your non-negotiables.
Mm.
You got to figure out in your life what things are non-negotiable. Time with my family is non-negotiable. Time for myself is non-negotiable. So once you figure those things out, you look at your schedule. I plan my schedule usually 4 weeks in advance, and I lock in those non-negotiables. I lock in 3 to 7 with my kids. So I lock in times into my schedule that I know that no matter what, those are going to be locked in. And then from there on, you build your schedule around that. And as an entrepreneur, we are crazy busy. You're always, you work way more hours than most people ever plan to do. And I think that's the excitement of it, that growth, being able to, the more you put into it, the quicker it grows. And understanding that, I think our energy just keeps building, and it's almost like this steamroll, and just growing. So it's a positive thing. But when you're doing that, there's only a certain amount of hours in a day.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to figure out what things in your life are, like I said, non-negotiable. And the second is, what things in your life you got to remove. And that's
Mm-hmm.
something I actually do on a regular basis, is I actually almost sit back and dissect my whole schedule. And I look at individuals in my life that shouldn't be in my life. And I look at things I'm doing that shouldn't be in my life. And then at that point, I actually kind of delete them. And I go usually on a 4 week binge, where I'll sit back and I'll look at people in my life that are just bringing negativity. They're not adding any value to my life. And I kind of eliminate them from my life. And then I look at things on my schedule that are not needed to be there, and eliminate them. And
Mm-hmm.
then once you figure that out, is the next step is a sacrifice, where if certain things are important to you, you got to learn how to sacrifice certain things. So I'm up every day at 4:30 every morning, and I'm not one of those aha guys that wake up at 4:30 and like, yes, let's go. It's more of a situation where it's like, I realize from 4:30 till 9 o'clock, I get so much done
Mm-hmm.
before the day starts. So when I'm in the office by like 8:30, 9 o'clock, like I was today, I already have worked so many things at home. I already talked to people. I already did my network. I already did my social media. I already did all these things, where now the rest of the day I can sit back and finish off some stuff in the office, do some podcasts, and eliminate. So when I'm home at 3 o'clock, I'm not stressed out, because I already
Mm-hmm.
got a chunk of my day already done. So it's a learning at what things we need to sacrifice into our lives, what things we need to eliminate from our lives, and then locking our non-negotiables. And one of those, like I said, is myself, where I'm a strong believer in, you got to, like Oprah, fill your cup up. You got to take care of yourself before you're allowed to take care of anybody else. And if you don't focus on yourself, your mind, body, spiritually, physically, all that stuff like that, and you're not at your peak, you're not going to be able to serve everybody at your peak. You're not going to be able to take the time to spend with your kids. You're not going to take the time to focus on your business because you're not running at your full optimism. So you have to really focus on yourself first, and then everything else right after.